So to review, the units of measurement in the customary system. We have three primary units that we look at, three primary different measurement systems. We have units for length, we have units for capacity, and in the customary system, unlike in the metric system, we do not have a unit for mass, we have units for weight. So the units for length. We have, in measuring distances, we have an inch, a foot, a yard, and a mile. And in all of these measurements, the important part is how they relate to each other. There are 12 inches in a foot, 3 feet in a yard, 5,280 feet in a mile, and 36 inches in a yard. If we wanted to add some other conversions to this, there are 1,760 yards in a mile also. And this list over here gives you some ideas about how far each of these things is. An inch being the length of a small paperclip, a foot being the distance from shoulder to elbow, a yard being about the width of a door, and a mile being the combined length of about 15 football fields. For capacity, we have cups, pints, quarts, gallons, and fluid ounces, different from the ounces that we use in weight. Fluid ounces, we have 8 fluid ounces in a cup. 2 of those cups make a pint, 2 of those pints make a quart, and 4 quarts make a gallon. At the left here we see the visual for Mr. Gallon, or the Gallon Man, that shows how each of these things work together. 1 gallon being split up into these 4 quarts, those 4 quarts being split up into 2 pints each, and each of those pints into 2 cups. What we don't have is the 8 fluid ounces, because if we wanted to add the 8 fluid ounces to each of the 16 cups that we would have, we'd have 128 ounces, and that would just be outrageous. And finally, we have the units for weight: an ounce, a pound, and a ton. An ounce being about the weight of a slice of bread, a pound that of a soccer ball, and a ton that of a walrus or a heavy animal of about that size. Again, we have ounces. These are not fluid ounces. These are ounces that are separate from the ounces that we use with capacity. We have 16 ounces in a pound and 2,000 of those pounds in a ton. Now there is something called a metric ton, which is entirely different, but in this case there are 2,000 pounds in this ton. So again, length, the measuring of distances, inch, foot, yard, mile. Capacity, the amount that a container can hold, used for liquid. Fluid ounces, cups, pints, quarts, and gallons. And weight, the amount that an object weighs, ounces, pounds, and tons.